Hey, what's going on? How we doing? Pardon me. Welcome to the third episode of PTSD, behind the scenes of PTSD. So I'm Eric Ferguson. And if you don't know, you go back and watch the intro video. But pretty much me as a fitness coach, as a family man, everyday life with PTSD, living with, right? So the main thing is graduating from suffering from to living with PTSD. Coping skills change, everything changes. Um, why am I doing this? 2024 was a year for me that opened up a lot. It actually was the first year that I accepted a lot of things that come with PTSD. Episodes of depression, episodes of anxiety, right? Never really accepted that before. So this is the first time that I've actually accepted that. And with that, my journaling changed, right? Standard writing down, notebook journaling isn't quite as fulfilling. So I felt it was time to put it up. All right, let's see what this does. Um, and with that, let's circle back to 2024 being that year that everything changed. All right, everything changed. The acceptance changed, and with that, a lot of realities changed. Right, continuing to heal, continuing this journey, continuing to work through my stuff as far as anger management, as far as emotional skills, you name it, sharing skills, right? All of that. It's still a constant battle. The one thing that I did recognize with 2024 is I had to apologize for to a lot of people, right? And that's one of the main things I had to do is apologize to a lot of people because with me not accepting that I've had episodes of depression, episodes of anxiety, anytime I heard that, it was always they have that. You know what I'm saying? They have depression. They have anxiety. Um, so for me, it was always that separation of it's not me. Like I don't have that. I don't understand that. And I've said it before. I've said that, I've been depressed at times. So there's a difference between saying it and actually accepting it. Um, so 2024 was the year that I actually accepted it. And how that transpired, we actually have to go back to 2023, which I had a job at a gym as a personal trainer. And even during the interview process and beginning times there, you see or hear people say something like you know, mental this and mental that. Now look, I'm Gen X, man. Look, we walking off working. You know what I'm saying? So for that, um, I didn't quite understand it until one day, for whatever reason, um, just a severe case of anxiety. And I mean, it was one of them days where I didn't have to go into that alone. But it was like I woke up and I had a couple of because I own my own company also, so I had a couple of personal training clients in the morning, and something was off. Something was just off. So I did the 2 appointments, and I came back, and every time I thought about going to this job, going to this gym, going, and I couldn't pinpoint what it was. It was just every time I thought about going in, driving over the bridge, to drive on, getting it, it, it was like anxiety, and severe enough that I've never had before. And so I called out. You know, the only thing I think do was call. And I know, my manager was mad, but look, it was one of the episodes to where I went in there. Everybody in there was not want to have it was one of those. So I did. I called out. And I called out for like 4 days. For like 4 days, I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. And here's the crazy part. That's not even when I started to accept. So what happened then was the first day, maybe 2 days, was me just not being able to do it. I'm not gonna lie. Probably the next month, like I went in 2 days later, but the next month was the self action. Just to, what the hell is wrong? Why would I do that? Nobody there done anything to me. It's just crazy talking to myself. So I went in 2 days later, and my boss was just like, what's going on? Which rightfully she had the right to do. And to tell her, like, I just couldn't do it. Just what it was. I just couldn't do it. So we moved on. So fast forward to 2024. And it's just things happen, but I looked at it through different lenses. Right? It was just I was seeing things clearer actually, and finally accepted. Holy shit! I am they. I am they. I've had episodes of depression. I've had episodes of anxiety. I'm like, okay, so now that that's done, how do we move forward? So now it's now the year of me starting to move on from that, and not move on as far as I don't have PTSD anymore, but just move on. Like now, it's how does the healing change? How does or even does my coping mechanisms change again? And honestly, I don't know. I don't know. That's what this is for. So you're along with me on this ride to figure out if it changes. I have no idea. Oh, but what I will say is I had to apologize because before 2024, there was no empathy there. For the people say, oh, I have I've been depressed and I have anxiety. For me, there was no empathy. It was just like for me that it was like I just let's keep it real. It was and it was like you're saying that now because you don't want to go through what you don't want to do whatever you're supposed to do. It was in my mind, and so for that, like I really have to apologize to people. I don't think I already said it to anybody, but just the thoughts is enough. Just when people will say that, I was just like, oh, okay, cool, like whatever. Not thinking back, like the same feelings they're expressing, you've had before because I never accepted. It's just still in that tough man area. Still in that I need to talk about my feelings, which I'm still kind of, and I guess that comes with time. But from what I gather, and my hope is that this is the first start of me changing. Um, I mean, the crazy part is I've had people commit suicide, after tours, after being deployed, commit suicide and all. And in my head, I was just like, yo, y'all got out. Like, it was y'all selfish and all this crazy stuff. Not having not having that empathy there to realize that I don't know. I don't know that was a coping mechanism for that whatever situation was going on. I don't know if it was a bunch of situations going on and that's what they felt. The chemistry changed. I don't know. I can't pinpoint what it was. But all I can say is from my standpoint, I apologize just because my lack of compassion for that, empathy towards those people who felt like that. So to them and their families, for anybody who's going through this, hopefully it doesn't get that drastic for you, but also hopefully you reach out, get help from someone before it gets to that. Um, and nothing as I'm going through this journey, I'm learning a lot. I watch a lot of podcasts, like videos, and same thing I do with my personal training, my fitness business. I go to the scientific facts. And one thing I wanted to say to people is I hear people all the time say I was depressed or I had anxiety. Is we have to separate that as far as depression and anxiety are separate from us. So one thing I heard, you know, mental professionals say, because I'm not a mental professional, full disclaimer, I don't have anything since certification, license, anything in mental health. I'm going through this. So you're on my journey with it. We have to separate that. All right? So what they tell us to say is, I've had episodes of depression. I've had episodes of anxiety. I've had bouts of depression or anxiety. To separate that, and it makes a lot of sense the way they explain it. Right? Like you are you all the time. you might have an episode of depression jump on you, episode of anxiety jump on you from time to time. But whatever your coping mechanism for that, when that passes and that depression or anxiety goes away, you're still you. So they don't want you to say that you are depressed. You're not depressed. You're still you. You just had an episode of depression. And I hope that made as much sense to you as it did to me. Like that really resonated and made sense to me. So I was like, okay, I started practicing. And that's why you hear me say I've had episodes of depression, I've had episodes of um, and still working towards it. It's pretty much what it is, and that's what these episodes are for. Just like today was a good day. Today was a good day. Mentally, I got a lot of ideas down and pinpointed things I wanted to do, and so that's what it is. I have no complaints about today. Try to head to the gym in a couple of hours, and then see what it is from there. But I really wanted to come in here and say that, and hopefully y'all rock out with me, and hopefully y'all be here for the rest of the journey. And I don't know how often I'm gonna do these. I'm not gonna lie. So you have to subscribe, like, to come back and get notified, and however Spotify does it, however YouTube does it. Come back and see when I come back up here. My goal is to hopefully do daily, maybe every other day. I don't know. I don't want to promise anything and not fulfill that. Yeah, I don't want to do that. So, on that note, I'm out of here. Any questions, comments, leave them down below. And I will talk to y'all later.